You are with the big story here. I'm Seher Zama. We're looking at yet another serious accident because of a flagpole which was put up at the edge of the road. A 31-year-old woman biker from Coimbatore. She's battling for her life. She has undergone almost a 7-hour surgery. She was injured while trying to avoid a falling flagpole at the road which was put up by an AIADMK functionary. This is once again a functionary of the ruling party in Tamil Nadu. The victim here, Rajeshwari, she was on her way to work when one of the flags that was put up for an AIADMK functionary's wedding fell on her. She lost her balance, fell off her bike and then was run over by a heavy vehicle. She was run over by a lorry which came from behind, and this incident that comes in exactly 2 months with striking, stunning similarity to the incident 2 months ago regarding the death of the 23-year-old techie Subhashree. She died when an illegal banner that was put up by an AIADMK functionary fell on her in September in Chennai. What is glaring is when confronted with, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister brazenly said Madras High Court's order was only about banners and that the court had never commented about flag posts. And this is what we are asking on what it would take as far as accountability from the state's leadership here is concerned. If there is a court order against banners, it has the same structure. You are using a pole to put up banners and billboards. You're using a pole to put up a flagpole. It needs to be followed in good spirit. We're going to throw this open to our panelists in just a bit. First, going across to our correspondent Pramod with those details here. Pramod, this is a very clear sign, and this is once again coming in right from the top leadership of the ruling party in Tamil Nadu, wanting to work their way around what the Madras High Court's order is.
Well, we can simply say that the thing actually missing here is sensitivity, because there were a lot of things the Chief Minister could have come forward and said. In fact, he'll start his answer by saying that he is very much shocked that such an incident has occurred and he feels sorry for what has occurred, and he could have expressed his sorrow to the family. Such kind of answers he could have provided, but he just simply said that he was not aware. The State Chief Minister is not aware of the situation that occurred yesterday morning, that too involving his party's flag, that too just 2 months after Subhashree's death. It seems like there is a lot of miscommunication over here. And the second answer is the most difficult one to digest. That is, he comes and says that as far as he knows, Madras High Court has not banned flagpoles. So what is going to happen to who's going to take responsibility for what has occurred to Rajeshwari now? Because earlier AIADMK leaders, itself one of the leaders came forward and said that Wind should be blamed for what occurred to Subhashree. Will that be the same case again here? Will they not learn the lesson? These are the questions that's being put forward to the AIADMK party men right now. But even after all this, it doesn't seem like they are actually carrying the term sensitivity whenever they are trying to express such, or talk about such a kind of situation.
That's right. Absolutely. And this case as well, Pramod, it is with respect to an AIADMK functionary who's put this up, saying that it is not against the High Court order. This wasn't a banner. This was a flagpole. But to what extent can this be thrashed out? Even if they want to argue about this insensitively, technically, on technical grounds, on what the court said legally, it is at the end of the day a pole that was pitched at the edge of the road, and that should be seen as illegal.
Well, we very well remember how Madras High Court reacted to the very next day of Subhashree's death when it took suo motu action. What apparently occurred is that in a program where Health Minister Vijay Bhaskar, Municipality Minister SP Velumani and Fisheries Minister Jayakumar participated, AIADMK placed flagpoles on the center median of Marina Beach. The Madras High Court judges were completely angry, and they said that the authorities should immediately remove it and then come to court. So that occurred on September, which itself very clearly expresses not just the judges but the entire state of Tamil Nadu. The people do not want to see every flag, be it AIADMK, DMK, Congress or BJP flags, every 5 feet on the side of the road, because already it's difficult to walk on the side of the road or even drive. You cannot provide a kind of a calculated explanation stating that the road is 60 feet, the pole is only 10 feet. What if the lorry was coming on the right side and Rajeshwari was going on the left side? And what if something, imagine like as you are driving, something falls in front of you, you will lose your control. And that was what occurred to Rajeshwari, which she had explained to her uncle. And yet, if you're going to deny this, it's completely absurd.
Yes. Pramod, please stay on with us. We're getting in more voices here. We're getting in one voice from the ruling party, Mr. Kovai Satyan, spokesperson of the AIADMK. We have Mr. Prashant Gautam, social activist, with us here as well. First to you, Prashant, in how this is being dealt with, in once again, the kind of noise that is being made about this coming in from the establishment, from the ruling party, from the state government here, it is extremely damaging to think that they want to brazen this out and want to work their way around a silly technicality.
That's true. That's true. See, what's basically happening is it's very disappointing. That's the first thing. I want to ask one question. Has the Chief Minister Yedapadi Palaniswami transferred the Public Safety Department to the Madras High Court or what? I mean, how can he even give an answer like this? When it's been very clearly observed that after Subhashree's death, there should have been a focus on public safety. And that's what we are all there for. Right? All these people are there for. The legislators, the executive. What is all this there for? Every time does the judiciary need to give a very blanket order stating that, this should also go? No, that's not the way I look at it. They're just quoting technicalities around technicalities.
Yes.
They go and hide under the garb of permission. Even for this, they've said they've received the permission from the authorities. So let me ask you, today a life has, been endangered. Should the official who approved this not be taken into consideration? Should he not be responsible for this? Should a simple imprisonment of, say, a week's time not be delivered to this official who gave the permission?
AIADMK functionary who is now only being protected by statements such as these coming in from the Chief Minister. Mr. Kovai Satyan, do you need a separate ruling from the Madras High Court that the first one was on banners and billboards, which includes the use of a pole? Now you need a separate ruling for flagpoles as well? To understand that these are structures that should not be pitched at the road, at the edge of the road as well?
I don't want to start my debate with your theories of imagination, because you people are far away from facts is my first statement I want to start with. And if you people are convinced that it's just because of the flag post which fell on her caused the accident, neither you have a proof nor I have right now. It was an accident. That is how it has been recorded. Now, if you want to build your discussions and imagination based on this theory that the flag post fell on her that caused the accident, then we are sorry. And we don't need any more guidance, or we don't need any lectures from media or from reporters stating that how a CM should react, what he should have reacted. We are better equipped with that. Thank you so much for your advice. And yes, we also know law, and we have also read, and we are also abiding by it. The flag posts which are being erected on the farthest corner of the road has been given due permission. Due permission has been accorded to it. And the incident which has happened is almost 50 feet away from the flag post. And the logical question which I am posing to each and every media since the morning, that why are you trying to connect two extreme dots? Nobody came forward with a logical and a sensitive answer. Now, to answer your question is, the High Court stuck down heavily on illegal banners and hoardings and flag posts. You understand what illegal means. The people don't follow law, people don't abide by the law. So which essentially means that when there is a due process which is being followed, which is accorded as per the law, and you are due to get recognition for the same. The person has approved and is written a letter to the commissioner seeking approval, and approval is granted for 2 days. And we have followed the law and we have abided by the law. That's one clarity which I give you. And the second thing is, let's not build our arguments on assumption that the flag post is the only cause or flag post is the cause for the accident.
Mr. Prashant Gautam, please respond to that. This is now with respect to what caused the accident, and at the back of support that this was permission granted by the concerned corporation. There was the Coimbatore Corporation but gave the go-ahead for this.
Yeah, so basically that's what I'm trying to understand here. At Arapur, we have at least highlighted around 10 instances since Subhashree's death, just on flagpoles, dangerous flagpoles being set up in the middle of the road, in the median as well as on the pavements by both the parties. No questions on that, right? Even yesterday, while coming back from Tirunelveli, I noticed all through the highway, at least 5 to 6 different party flags were being hoisted, right? So these are all very, very dangerous. So my question is, if these are dangerous, why should they be waiting for another accident to happen? When an NGO can highlight and show that such a serious issue is being is being committed, so why can't the government react on these things? Why is the government acting as if the Madras High Court owns the public safety for the people of Chennai, and why are these legislators there in the other hand?
That's right. Pramod, let's get in that information here from Pramod. Pramod, now this is now being thrashed. We have a scenario where the AIADMK is being extremely defensive in the face of another accident, going to the extent of sounding insensitive. And this is the Chief Minister. We will not look at the Chief Minister's position as a political position. We will look at the Chief Minister's position as the person representing the people of the entire state. You have a Chief Minister brazening this out, being defensive about an accident that should not have happened, about an accident which has happened because of negligence.
Well, first things first, we are not here to actually advise the Chief Minister as to what he should have said. What he has said is completely wrong, and that is lacking empathy, and that's what we are highlighting. And the second thing is that we have to once again bring in Subhashree's death over here, because the moment we got the information and the moment we broke the news, what AIADMK actually gave as a rebuttal was that from AIADMK directly, because we don't want to quote the people, they said that Subhashree might have not worn a helmet, and that's the reason it could have caused an accident, and nobody would have placed a banner on the center median. But later, when we saw the CCTV footage, she was wearing a helmet and the banner was placed on the center median. And even after that, AIADMK leader Palaniswami came forward and said it was nothing but an act of fate, and only wind could be blamed for that. For all those kind of atrocious answers, what kind of explanation does AIADMK have? We don't know yet. But here we are going by the words of Rajeshwari's blood relative, her uncle Sivan, who has said that even before entering the operation theatre, Rajeshwari told him that she lost the control of her bike when the flagpole fell in front of her. You could see the flagpoles, it's placed over there, it's very thin, and if it's not placed properly, it's definitely going to fall. The first and foremost question is that what is it necessary to place so many flagpoles on the side of the road? What kind of joy is the party getting
this
from it?
obsession with advertising your party.
And even after so many such accidents occur, why?
Absolutely, well pointed out, and this is something that Mr. Kovai Satyan will need to answer. Mr. Kovai Satyan, this is the obsession that you have on every 2 feet in pitching flagpoles and banners.
This is stupidity.
You say that we're not going by facts, but if a flagpole which was pitched at the corner of the road, which had fallen.
My question.
Now we're going to question why wasn't the flagpole put in safe distance? Why was it not deep enough? Why had it toppled over on the road?
Now next you will question why flagpole should be made of cloths. Next you will question why flagpole should have iron rods. What kind of questions are you posing?
Okay,
are you trying to be sensitive, or are
Mr.
you insensitive as a national media?
You want to pitch 10 flagpoles in a distance of 1 feet, do that. Why did the flagpole collapse?
It should be with the cloth or anything else.
No, why are you drifting
Why did the flagpole collapse?
Why are you drifting away from the whole point? I asked you one simple question.
The flagpole so close to the edge of the road was not safe. It collapsed on the road. There should have been nothing on the road. And you will have to accept this as your fault, as a fault of the AIADMK functionary. Stop protecting your men. Stop protecting your leader when they're caught in the wrong.
Either you allow me to respond or no. Either you allow me to respond or you keep questioning. It looks like you don't have an element of maturity to allow the other person to answer.
Your response is in questioning the media. Your response is in questioning the court.
Yes.
Go ahead, let's see what your defense is. Any better than what your chief minister has stated here?
Your theory is built on imagination. No, tell me, your theory is built on imagination.
If you know anything about journalism, which I'm presuming that you don't, nothing in journalism goes by imagination. Get that right.
Madam,
you will not question our journalism here. We are speaking from facts. We vouch from what our correspondents and reporters are telling us. We vouch from what the concerned victim's family has told us.
I asked you, you didn't answer.
You will question the victim's family.
We have the equal concern.
You will question the victim's family as well.
We are as sensitive as you are. We are as
Your
sensitive
Chief Minister
as you
does
are.
not sound like he has
And if you are really
concern.
matured enough, you please allow me to answer now.
You do not sound sensitive about the case, Mr. Kovai Satyan.
Please allow me to answer.
You are justifying.
Or else you keep on
You
giving
are
a running
justifying the
commentary.
flagpole
Or
incident.
else you keep on
Are
giving
you
a running
also
commentary. I'll keep
justifying
quiet.
on why
When my
wasn't
turn
it
comes and
pitched
say you can
properly?
answer, I'll answer.
Why did it fall on the road? It's your turn. Please answer.
No, I think you are not understanding the whole point. You are giving a running commentary. You are like a cricket commentator now. You are not letting the other person answer, nor you are interested to listen to him. And what is that you want now? I assume that you are running behind a hidden agenda to trying to corner us. I am giving you the facts, you are not willing to take it. Sitting on a national media, you are giving a running commentary. You are not letting the other person
Mr. Kovai
respond.
Satyan.
Nor you are buying a statement or comments. And what is
I
this
have
kind of
heard
interview
your
you are
running
conducting?
commentary on
Or
this.
what is the kind of debate are you conducting
Mr.
now?
Kovai Satyan, have you heard my question?
Your reporter goes on to
Have you heard my question?
question why so many posts are there, why there is a flag, why there is an iron rod. There is a due permission taken. There is a permission taken from the commissioner. You go on record on the same. There is a permission being accorded to it. And we have gone by the law. We have abided by the law. Now, what is this silly question all about? Why so many flags are there?
Okay.
Why there are 10? Why there are 20? Why there are 30? Who are you to question that?
Will you listen to the next question?
I don't get this logic.
Will you
please
stop
prove
your
me that the
own
incident
running
happened
commentary and please listen to
because
our
of the
next
pole
question?
fallen on that lady?
You don't
now
want to
you
listen
are
to the
offended
question
because
here.
I said a running commentary, but you are making statements that we are insensitive, we don't know how
Kovai
to
Satyan,
react.
stop this nonsense
now,
right
if
now.
your ego is hurt, you want to hurt me back. Please
Mr.
go ahead.
Prashant Gautam, I don't think
No,
Mr.
please,
Kovai
you
Satyan
don't
has
talk
his
crap
intent in
first.
the right here.
You don't put across crap in the national
Absolutely.
media, and you don't come across and say that I have
Mr.
facts.
Prashant
You don't
Gautam,
have facts. You are running on imagination.
Let's pull down Mr. Kovai
You want to
Satyan's
create
audio
a
on
movie.
this.
That's
Mr. Kovai Satyan's audio, please be pulled down if he doesn't know the basics of being part of a civil conversation here. Mr. Prashant Gautam, the very fact that you have an AIADMK functionary obsessive about pitching multiple flagpoles, put that aside. The very fact in this case that a flagpole that was pitched in which was not safe, it collapsed on the road, it bent over on the road. That should have been monitored as well. Why will the AIADMK functionary not be questioned for this? Mr. Prashant Gautam.
Yes. The government is being very insensitive on this issue. So public safety has been a primary concern for many. And, not just wearing helmets and seat belts, which are being checked so very, sensitively. But then, they do a big violation by themselves. That is not being taken into concern, right? So the flagpoles here are a big concern. And it should be treated on par with, our seat belts and our, drunken drive and things like that, right? So it should also be under the ambit of providing a safe environment for driving. So that isn't being done, and they're hiding behind technicalities, and that's what is happening every single time. And we are able to see this. So maybe this case is not even due to a flagpole falling. We don't know. But then, point is, their family is saying that, and we will know that in due course. But then what about the other flagpoles which are being put up very dangerously? And we have been highlighting the same thing for over 2 months now since Subhashree's death, and we have been highlighting at least 10 instances where the flagpoles are being very serious, but there's been no respite, right? So shouldn't these authorities be taken into account? Shouldn't there be responsible? The one who gave the permission shouldn't he be accountable if this death is, or if this injury is due to the flagpole? Right. That's my question.
Pramod, we've seen in how, in Subhashree's case first 2 months ago, there was a delay by the police with political pressure, not wanting to take the AIADMK functionary to task. He was underground, unreachable for a while till he was eventually arrested after public pressure. This is a second case in which you have the Chief Minister, the highest authority, speak out in this manner, in yet another signal that you will have the concerned authorities and the concerned police compromised on this case as well?
Well, we did speak to Rajeshwari's uncle, and the thing what occurred is that yesterday we came to know that the lorry driver was detained, and in fact he was arrested later. But at the same time, when we tried checking with the police, they claim that they have only filed a case of accident in this matter. So we tried to talk to her uncle today morning, and he was near the hospital, and he said that the family is not in a position to talk because she was the only child they had, and they were completely lost as to what's going to occur to her and her future entirely. That's when we actually told them that the police have only filed a case of accident, and if more action should be taken, they have to apparently go ahead and file a written complaint. And her uncle said that once the family could come out of the shock, they would go ahead and do it so. So that's the kind of like a plain and poor family they are coming from, a very simple background, and they do not know what exactly to be done. And that is how they are. That's the reason when they are suffering, we are trying to highlight it. We have her uncle on account saying such and such has occurred, and we are trying to highlight, and we are just trying to put forward the question as to what is the kind of, joy the political parties get by doing so. We are not doing it only now. For several years, we've shown how these kind of banner culture, flagpole culture has caused so much kind of trouble to the people.
Absolutely.
In recent times, it started taking lives
and
as well.
As a response to that, Pramod,
no need for AIADMK to go ahead and become so jittery on it.
Yes, absolutely. Mr. Prashant Gautam, in a response, in a very shameless response that we get from an AIADMK spokesperson here on this, calling it the media's imagination, calling it the victim's family's imagination as well. This is the extent to which they will be defensive about this practice, and let's call it a malpractice, a political obsession of pitching flagpoles and banners at the road.
That's correct. Even the flagpoles during the elections were being removed. The court's order, they did go and remove everything, all the flagpoles throughout the state. But then they are again being erected due to the permissions being given. So when they are removing it during the elections, they know that it is a safety issue, right? So why are they again being erected once again? So it just cannot be justified at all.
Let's get in a voice
so these officials need to be
Chennai,
made
from the state of Tamil Nadu here. We have Mr. Divakar, one of our viewers calling in. Mr. Divakar from Chennai. Please go ahead.
Madam, see, this flag culture, banner culture, any amount of this High Court ruling or thing cannot rein in these people. The only solution is the persons who have put up the flag posts or who are causing the deaths, even without deaths, if they have illegally put up these flags, there should be a monitoring NGOs who will rake up these issues, and the fine should be just like the Motor Vehicle Amendment Act. There should be severe punishment in terms of fine, and that should be collected equally from the flag people, from the people who have put up the flags, and also from the party which is putting up these flags. So it should be equally responsible. The persons who have put up the flag and the party who has put the flag should equally pay the fine to the government.
Absolutely. This is the logical, workable solution. Mr. Divakar, appreciate you further reiterating that. But the tragedy here being that you have the ruling party brazening it out. You have them being defensive about this practice, even questioning the manner in which the accident took place, questioning anyone who's asking them the right questions. If this is a practice that needs to be followed only as per strict guidelines, that with the priority that you need to have in mind, that public safety is not jeopardized. If that is the main focus that we can have our ruling governments and political parties go ahead with, accidents would not be happening. We need to have our leadership here be more concerned about the public, be more concerned about their very people here. Thank you for all the voices who've spoken to us. Thanks for being with us.